We're into picks and bans. Malachi with 66 gifted subs. An absolute legend. 1,600 that he's given to the SMITE community here on my channel. Unbelievable. Malachi, you're a god, my man. Thank you so much.
And we actually have 2 more donations from the GoFundMe. We have $100 for Zachary and $50 for Eric. Thank you guys so much. That is an absolute... yeah, I don't know. It's a lot of money. Thanks, guys.
Thank God he's paid to play in the SPL and not type English or speak English. But yeah, thank you guys so much for the donations. It's super kind for you guys. Make sure you use an exclamation point iRAFFER in or exclamation point Raffer in chat. It's got the GoFundMe link. It's got the PayPal link. We'll make sure you guys get shouted out. Scrog with another 5 gifted subs, and we are into picks and bans. As you can see, Team 7 prioritizing the Ra healer ban. Ra's out, Cthulhu's out, Apollo's out. And then on the other side, we got Guan, Set, and Persephone. The broken gods are gone. And there it is.
Are they first picking it?
Locked in. Their first pick in Synoptics is Jing Chen. They don't want to get it banned. Bobby, tell me what you think here.
Yeah, he's just shown so much play on this Xing Chen that first picking it just makes sense. What comes to mind, like Xing Chen on Synoptics? It's like Paul on Scylla. Just absolutely beautiful. Speaking of Scylla, we got a Scylla pick out of Team 3, followed with the Emoja. Last time that Synoptics played this matchup, absolutely bodied the Emoja. I expect the same thing to happen because he's just such a great player.
I completely agree. As I mentioned before, mechanical skill and sex appeal pullers out of every single pore in the Wraithyn family bodies. You know, I'm unbelievably talented at this game. So is Synoptics. He's literally the keystone of his team, and that's why they first picked literally the only character they can play.
And now we have a Chang'e pick. The fun just stopped there, guys. Unfortunately, you're gonna have to build anti-heal. I know. I didn't want to do it. You didn't want to do it. Your ranked teammates don't want to do it. But you got to do it this game, fighting against the Chang'e. And this is the team that had the Chang'e in duo lane game 1 too. So like maybe they throw it back there. Except was it Centrix? Was it played it? Maybe I'll play it again.
Yeah, I gotta be honest. I wasn't watching that game. I was trying to fix my PC and realized I wouldn't be able to do it in time for the next set of picks and bans. Also, for those of you wondering, yes, my neighbors think I'm completely crazy. That window faces the street, and when we have nights like tonight where the lights go off and flash everywhere because you guys are throwing your support Raffers way, I get a lot of concerned text messages from my neighbors who think I'm throwing a rave in my house, which is not COVID friendly. But
this is like a COVID friendly rave, to be fair.
This is the closest thing to a COVID friendly rave as possible. I
Just
love this Bologna pick, by the way. She's super underrated in my opinion, and I think her season 8, the season 8 meta is going to favor her a little bit better. But it's interesting to see her come out in season 7. What do you got for me there? What do you think? Is that to shut down the Erlang?
It must just be a comfort pick. I don't really see any reason that the Bologna needs to be picked there. It must just be waiting on the ADC jungle. And then they go with the Rama pick. They banned away the Afro, Morgan. Good brands. They're just annoying gods to play against. Really hard to dive. And then Hunbats, Nem on the other side. A couple backline heavy dive junglers. One with a lot of CC, one with just a lot of damage. And then the Uller picked. We haven't seen like any Uller in season 7. He kind of just died down a lot. He doesn't build Devos that well, which is like the biggest thing. Devos is just way better than trans for ADCs. And as you know, Uller's more of a trans god. Now they're just waiting on their solo laner, leaning towards the tier.
Looks like a tier.
Does that mean it's locked in?
Interesting on the Afro Morrigan bans there. I wouldn't have expected them to go Afro anyway. I kind of think that was a wasted ban. You know, we're seeing the Marjuler here. But you know, with the Chang'e already on the map, did you really expect them to go Afro in the solo lane, or was that Chang'e more of a flex pick?
I don't know. I don't know really why. Maybe they just were worried about more anti-heal. The Chang'e was, like I said, dual lane game 1, so maybe, and Marjorie played the on her in mid, so maybe they were just worried about double healer the Chang'e back in dual lane, Afro mid, and now there's been a lot of healing to just play against, so safe ban, just ban it away. Yeah, I don't know.
And I am getting word that the teams have been notified that if they do make it to the finals, they are not allowed to play healers. Yemoja, Guan, Ra, Afro, Hell, Chang'e, all banned. In combat healing will be allowed, so CODs like Cupid and Baron, who aren't gonna, go over and above and beyond with any of this. We may have a chance to see them, but the major healers have been banned for the finals. So those of you who are winding down your night as we get into the semifinals here are not going to fall asleep during the finals watching a slap fest between 5 healers.
Thank goodness. I think right now you're just watching out for our sanity. I think we would all just gone insane if we had to watch some more Chang'e Ra play. That's actually probably the biggest reason that last game was won by that team is because of the Ra healing. They just backed up and just started healing. Wasn't a ton of fun to watch. Ban healers. And they're gone now.
They're gone. They're gone. And thankfully, Season 8's right around the corner. We've only got a couple of days left to suffer through this terrible meta we've dealt with for the entire... No, it's not that bad. But man, I'm excited for Season 8. I cannot wait.
Just healing. I think healing's just the problem. It's not really Season 7.
Yeah, well, that's Season 7, isn't it?
Fair enough. I'm actually really excited to see how the Season 8 in-combat anti-heal is going to work. And the Robin last pick, looking to just dive the Chang'e, applies anti-heal pretty well. Can immune her ult if he times it well enough. Which comp you liking a little bit more?
If I'm looking at these team comps, I got to take Team 7, man. They first picked the Jing Chen. I think they're going to do it.
I think we may see a little bit of bias for the Synoptic Xing Chen. But I do like the comp a lot too. They have a lot of lockdown, a lot of survivability, a lot of CC.
All right, I just got the word. We're ready to head into game with Fuzzy and J-Mac. Tucker, Bobby, thank you for sitting on the desk with me for this one. Guys, before we get started, !RAFFER. Donate there, donate here, donate to their GoFundMe. We'll figure out a way to get them the money. It doesn't matter what you do as long as it supports these guys. Make it happen. I want to see it blow up for the semifinals. I want to see it blow up for the finals. And we're going to be slinging giveaways these next 2 games as you guys pop off with the donos. So make it happen. J-Mac, Fuzzy, take it away.
Thank you, Wraithyn and Inbound, for breaking down the picks and bans for us. And yeah, we're seeing the return of that dual lane. Synoptics and Eccentrics back on the Chang'e Xing Chen. This time up again against another Yemoja, but this time it's Rom instead of the Hachiman. Fuzzy, how does this Rom kind of differentiate in that matchup?
It's just going to help way more with the clear. I think Rom is one of the best clears in the early game with that Astral Arrow that's able to go through all the minions. So with the Yemoja on top of the bubble, I think they're just going to be able to just out-clear Eccentrics. But the problem is we saw Eccentrics get out-cleared last time, and they still managed to end up running the game. So it's going to be interesting. The clear doesn't matter in this meta.
Marjorie, you got to take a little bit of poke here on this Ul up against Bigmar on the Scylla. Seeing another Hunter going into this mid lane because we do have that Chang'e in the dual lane once again being piloted by Eccentrics. We're going to be talking about this dual lane a lot because this is kind of the kind of controversial pickup that we saw the last time. It was man, they're throwing Chang'e in the dual lane, you know, a not so great clearing mage with an okay clearing guardian, but then they're holding their own yet again on them.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? And that's kind of the way that they're playing this, and that's how they want to play this. But this is Kirmi we're talking about, and Kirmi likes to make sure that everybody is in a position for kills. As you see the rotation coming in, this is going to be possibly first blood for our boys.
Oh, blink over the wall by Calypso is going to take him down, and Bigmar is on the rotation just in case. Double kill for Calypso. The cringe gank at level 2 to get that big pop-off kill for Team 3. Big start up here for Kirmi's squad.
And that's what you want to do. You want to make sure that this dual lane can't snowball what they have been doing this entire tournament. But in response, I mean, why not just get the solo kill on Scylla? He's going to jump in and get the kill right there. That's Marjorie picking up a kill, and it's possible that Teach can pick up a kill.
Teach is going to chase down Calypso. No blink available for him because he used it to engage the last time, but the rest of his team is here. And that might be enough to keep him alive, unless Marjorie and Teach wrap around the backside. Might be looking for a cheeky little play here. Calypso's already backing, or he's going to have his back stop, because Synoptics has wrapped back around after coming from the grave, and they're able to pick up 2 quick kills for Team 7.
This is the games that we wanted to see right here. Team 7, the people that we saw doing some weird things with Chang'e carry, making their way all the way to this semi-final, and now they're playing out of their minds in this arena-type game. They just want to win, and I think that's exactly what Team 3 wants to do too. They just want to push them win and see who they can do, and Marjorie is on a killing spree, and you do not want to get this mid laner fed.
And they're going to keep pushing up into the dual lane. Riptide is going to get, oh no, my eggs. What a great name, by the way. Gonna make sure to get back into the safety of the tower. Kirmi being pressured out under. Another donation does come through. $57 from Rach onto the donation towards iRAFFER and Tiggy. Thank you so much, Rach, for the $57. Keep the donations coming through. It looked for a while that GoFundMe was. I thought GoFundMe had broke because we didn't see anything for a while. It looks like it's finally coming back online here. Thank you guys so much for the donations for this great cause towards iRAFFER and Tiggy. 3-2 on the board. Team 7 after kind of a rough patch in that dual lane first off. They're coming back swinging.
That's what they need to do. Just keep the pressure. Try to make sure that you can just stay in this game. We all know that Chung doesn't have the best early game, but once she gets to that level 5, level 6 mark, she kind of becomes a machine. And if you can get them to become a machine quickly, it's going to be an all-spell disaster. And that was pretty close for Mr. Porden, and I thought he was going to be able to get it away with it.
I think he was just lacking the mana for the cleave, or it was on cooldown for the time being, so he was not able to get it. Again, guys, we got another code word in the chat. 3,500 gems up for grabs. Throw out iRAFFER in all caps for a chance to win 3,500 gems. Put your rappers in the chat for a chance on that giveaway.
And that's, 3,500 gems is nothing to scoff at, and you're doing it for free, but make sure that you guys pull out your wallets. GoFundMe is still kind of coming a little slow, so make sure it works for us. Donate $5, $10, doesn't matter what you donate. If you're able to donate just a little bit, that will help, and every little bit can go work towards that goal. And that was some big damage coming from Marjorie, and Teach could almost just blink over the wall, throw a pen, and go.
Would be fun. Would be kind of fun to see him do that, but they're going to be a little bit more disciplined than we would be in this situation and able to hold on to that blink for a later potential fight onto it. But guys, anything that you can donate will help. It doesn't matter if it's $1, $5, $10, whatever you got. If you only have enough to donate for, whatever you were going to buy for lunch tomorrow, throw that in there and help them out as much as you can onto it. Marjorie holding pressure, fighting 2v1 in this mid lane against them, even 3v1 at one point when Bigmar was in the lane with them, but might be setting up for even more, jumping in aggressively onto them. He's gonna get the ultimate out of the emoji, stunned and taunted back into place. The shell is not enough. A sentry to the rotation to get the cleanup kill. I'm a monster jumped over by Synoptics, the mechanical god. Now he's at level 5, and that's an ultimate of his own. Throw Calypso into the backline, and Eccentrics with a double kill.
Synopsis making sure that he knows that he is the big man, getting a little bit of a laugh on top of that. Great play by Synopsis, making sure that he's able to leap over the I'm a monster and then immediately return when Robin was able to use his CC immune jump and his ultimate to get away from that. And Teague is now making the rotation to see if maybe he can get this Bologna, but Bologna's got a little bit more mana than he does, so he's gonna be able to get away. But Bologna's coming back in to see if he can get this on blue buff.
Not gonna be able to get that. Throws out the hammer. Needs to be careful they don't engage onto it. And luckily for Chevy, they'll get to live on for the time being. But Fuzzy, all right. I'm looking at this draft here, okay? So you remember game 1 that we watched, right?
Chunga carry kind of just carried the game.
Right, and they had Synoptics on, the Xing Qian. Did
yeah.
really good work. They had Tej on, this Oolong Shen. Did good work. Why did they let them get all 3 of those gods again?
These are things, I think it's just a lack of awareness when it came to, because Marjorie's even playing an ADC, and a good ADC, just like the On-Her was, who's able to set up and get away with leaps. I mean, the CC, as long as Marjorie has CC and a leap, I think he's just unstoppable in this mid lane. He's 3-0-2. He's been a part of every single kill that Team 7 has, and I think that this Team 7 is even though they might be the sleeper pick, they're definitely the dark horse, and they've proven that they deserve to be in the semifinal, and I think even the final if they're able to pull this win.
I think you come back to the fact they gave Synoptics to Xing Qian again. I mean, did so well with the game 1. Eccentrics on the Chong guy. Yeah, we all know
that one.
But we know now there's the global ban on healers in game 3, so we don't got to worry about it in game 3. When we're going in towards final stage, if Team 7 makes it to finals, Synoptics cannot be allowed to get this Xing Qian again because he's been playing so well with it. He's going to yank game support right out of the tower, right into Marjorie's hands. That's going to be another cleanup kill for them. Ban this god from Synoptics.
Synopsis Xing Qian can run games, and it's showing time and time again. I think it was even Inbound that said that, Yamoja can have a hard time into a Xing Qian, and the fact that Xing Qian's able to play like this, just bully her, and that's exactly what Synopsis has been doing. I think he understands the gameplay and understands that Xing Qian is a good matchup, and Xing Qian seems to be his god. Please ban it. Please get rid of him, because if you can ban out Synopsis, I think you ban out Team 7.
All right, Porton is just playing bully mode here, but unfortunately, because he missed that ult, not enough damage to confirm the kill onto Chevy. But, I mean, this is what you want out of Mr. Porton. Very abusive in that first one. Remember, you still have a chance to win your 3,500 gems. Throw those rappers in the chat if you have not already. keep those rappers popping up into the chat. Ultimate out of the support is going to make sure to drop down Mr. Port, and Synoptics in the middle of all of them doesn't have his ultimate available, and the Riptide will make sure he has nowhere to go. They might finally be able to close down onto this Xingqian for it. And this is courtesy of that really old dude. So thank you, that really old dude, for all of this going through onto it. And another $10 donation from Bagel as well onto it. Thank you so much, Bagel, for the donation. And back into the game, Team 7, they're looking alive, but Team 3 kind of put them on the brakes there for a moment.
Yeah, again, Team 3, all they have to do is focus on Synoptics to make sure that he could just not do anything. If they could stop him from just carrying this squad, I think that that's going to be the plan. He's just always there. He's always able to get someone who's out of position with an ult, and even he's gotten 2- and 3-man ults in the first game, and we've seen a 2-man ult in this game, so he's playing out of his mind, and he needs to keep playing it and keep setting up his team, and Team 7 will take this one easily.
Well, they might be looking for a pick onto Kirmi. He's going to get stunned out and drop down. Eccentrics with the first blood of the fight. Unfortunately for TG, he's going to get stunned out by the Moonblast. Calypso gets stunned by Marjorie, and Eccentric's going to get another kill onto it. Ultimate out of the support's going to throw one against the wall. Nowhere for the support to run. They've got to go as far and as fast as possible until the Moonblast's out a little bit early. They'll be able to get away. Not enough CC and not enough damage to lock him down.
Yeah, and again, all set up from the support. He's making sure he's able there, but Eccentrix is able to clean up by himself. He saw the pick onto Kirmi that he's able to get, and he was able to get that pick, and it was a little too late for Team 3 to even make the rotation over to help out their man. So now they're able to get this tier 1 tower in mid, which opens up the map crazy for Team 7. And this is exactly the aggressive play that they wanted to play, and this Ullr now has a 2-level lead on a Scylla, and Scylla is late game enough, but Ullr, when he gets ahead, he is unstoppable. So level 11 Ullr, 4-0 and 3, it's hard to see that Marjorie and Synoptics and Eccentrix is going to be great.
Eccentrix, level 11 right now on this Chunga, still outperforming the opposition onto the midst of them. He's going to go back. Play a little bit safe. He's going to spot out the enemy support and just throw some damage his way.
That's all really going to do. But actually, the ultimate's going to come out. The River's Rebuke to try to see if maybe they can get Eccentrix out. But Synoptics now is looking a little bit weak as Calypso will be able to pick up a kill over on that right-hand side. And that's all they're going to be able to get. So Team 3 able to pick up a kill on the right-hand side on the solo lane, but that's all they're able to do with that.
Abusing the fact that both of them were low in mana there. Really great heads-up awareness by Team 3, able to get that pick. And another kill for Calypso, kind of holding a lot of the weight for it. 3-3-3 on his team. Been a part of every kill so far and been a part of, well, 3 deaths of his own popping onto it. But has that Brawler's beat stick online. Some kind of answer of anti-heal up against this Chunga, against the Xingqian, and also even against the solo lane and the jungle. I mean, there's so much healing that needs to be prevented here for Team 3, so a great heads up onto it by getting that pickup.
Brawler's beat stick is just absolutely needed just for the Chunga alone, let alone the fact that Erlang Shin has a heal enough kit. The tier has a really crazy cooldown tier heal with his kit as well, and this will be a free Pyromancer for the boys in blue, and that's exactly what they want to do. Just again, keep that pressure going, keep it alive. If they can keep pushing pressure up, Mr. Poden can start making rotations into this left-hand side of the map with this Gold Fury, and we all know how he can control games.
Team 7 able to secure that Pyromancer, but you at home have a chance to secure a Season 8 pass, a Season 8 season pass of your very own. Just got to throw out the code word Tiggy in all caps in the chat for your chance to win out on that giveaway. So if you haven't already, go ahead and throw that one to the chat. But hold on a second here, Fuzzy. We have a $500 donation from Brian. $500 donation coming through. Thank you so much, Brian, for the $500 dono.
Absolutely insane. Astroworld Problem. Brian is what he's known as, but that is absolutely insane. Yeah, you got to go in, Wraithyn. Go in.
It's a first world problem. Absolutely unzipped his pants, pulled it out, put it on the table with a $500 donation. You absolute legend, you.
And was absolutely legend as well as Calypso, as you were saying that the perfect timing, Wraithyn, with that first world problem with the $500 donation. Calypso able to pick up a kill, but my gosh, Wraithyn, how big is this man's just whipped out? Like, he's just massive, right?
Absolutely unbelievable. His testicles have their own gravitational pull. It's incredible. We can say these things on my channel and not on Smite Game, by the way.
Oh, hey, there we go.
And then to top it off, we got $45 from Big Wiener Kuzenbo. It's so crazy how those two things came together like that. After feeding his brains out on Apollo doing 12k damage in a 35-minute game, I don't know why they put the controller player on ADC, but he decided he could actually work his fingers to make PayPal work and donated $45. You're a god, both of you. You're amazing. Thank you so much.
Absolutely insane. Now, this is what we wanted to see, J-Mac. Just crazy amounts of donations going, and we can keep going. I guarantee you we can hit that 10k by tonight if this keeps going up.
Unreal donations that have been coming out of here. He just got evaporated in an instant just for even thinking about stepping in the jungle.
And that's just, you know, he just steps 1 foot in too much, and that's all that's going to happen. Look at Synoptics, though. He's getting pinged out, trying to see if maybe he can get Calypso out of position, but what's now out of position is Scylla in this mid lane. She's trying to make her way over to the jungle. Does get the Sikkim online, but he's going to get ripped up. Look at this. Tinchy's going to go ahead and throw out his ultimate. I'm a monster extended, but it will not connect. That's a big ultimate burned for the boys in red.
Not even close on it. I'm a monster. Not even close. Not even in the same zip code. Marjorie's just going to play Ring Around the Rosie in their own jungle, leaps over the hammer, turns around, throws the axe right into Oh No My Eggs. Riptide is only going to save him for a short while. Heal and Shell to keep him alive. But the big ult energy out of Synoptics, who throws 2 against the wall, serves him up hot for Marjorie. Synoptics and Marjorie fighting in the middle of them. Porden is going to show right back up. Marjorie falls, Synoptics falls, but they're still in for more. Calypso's looking for more blood as he's chasing down Eccentrics. Still under the tower is Mr. Porden. Somebody has got to stop them. Quadra kill.
Come on, Calypso!
He's looking for the possible penta kill on the Calypso to shut them down.
Now that right there, if Calypso getting a pentakill in this semifinal, you guys need to donate right now. That was some hype play, Calypso. Kudos to you. You deserve to be jumping around the map.
Calypso, I mean, if we're talking about whipping out a big one for the 500 dono, Calypso just whipped out a double onto them, picks up 5 kills, turns around, helps his team pick up the Cold Fury. 15 minutes in, this man is on fire. 10 kills to his name.
And that's what you want with your
I hate to be the wet blanket of this conversation, but Calypso did cheese gank at level 2, so he's still an absolute shitter.
It doesn't matter, Wraithyn. Get out of here. Get out of here.
One cheese gank at level 2 completely negates any pentakills in the game.
That's a straight bold-faced lie. You know
that's exactly what somebody who's been cheese ganked that many times would say. Somebody who's been cheese ganked 100 times, they wouldn't want someone to have a validated pentakill. I mean, let's just be real.
Well, and see, here's the thing. Now someone has to donate $500 to just say, hey, Wraithyn, you're wrong. Pentakills are hype, and here's the reason why. And I think it's well-deserved. The pentakill from Calypso. He can just absolutely run this game. He's 4 levels up in the jungle, and he's annihilating everybody, the amount of damage. And as you pointed out, that Brawler's Beat Stick is what really kept him able to do so much damage and stop the healing coming out from this Team 7 squad. Huge play by Calypso, and huge even setup just to make sure that Team 3 can stick around in that fight. He came in a little bit late to that fight, but the amount of damage that his teammates were able to do were able to help him out.
The question is the amount of kills that Calypso has picked up, is this 10 kill lead Robin going to be enough for Team 3 to hold this one down? I mean, they've got a pretty much even gold count here. Synoptics is going to throw 1 against the wall, pin him down, and a leap in place by the Bologna as they're able to get a stun on to 3 of them, shoving him right back against the wall, putting him right back in his place. Ulta, the mid laner's got slammed down on the Tej as well. Big Mar coming up with a big I'm a monster, maybe getting more onto Mr. Porden as he has to run away. Crushes Big, and Calypso and Big Mar will team up to take him down.
And that's a big pick up for these boys in red. They want Mr. Porden out because Mr. Porden can just get behind the squad and just ruin everybody. But Marjorie, he just wants to fight under the tier 1 tower, so Kiri will pick him up, but he's able to get him under the tower. A 1-for-1 trade, still 2 for 2. I think that's Team 3's win.
I mean, that's a win for Marjorie because he's fighting 2v1 under their tower and is able to at least trade out a 1-for-1. But overall, Team 3, yeah, I think they come out on top with that one. Just playing lights out are both of these teams, honestly. It's so close. You wouldn't think that a guy who just got a pentakill, you wouldn't think a team that's 16 to 15, 18 minutes, it would be this close. I mean, we've seen high kill games, but with 5, 6, 7K leads on them right now. We're sitting barely 1,500 in favor of Team 3, and that gap might even close down a little bit. But the Pyromancer's gonna get stocked here. Great ult by Chevy. Now I have to be able to pick up a little bit more gold now for Team 3.
That was really close. I honestly thought Team 3 was going to try to sneak in and just see if they can steal the Fire Giant, possibly pick up Teague, but they played it a little bit better. Just go ahead and go in onto Teague and make sure that he understands that he's not quite as big as he thinks he is, and he's going to go ahead and disengage from that Pyromancer. That was the correct call for Teague, but he's taking a lot of damage, but he's just going to go ahead and heal it back up with the ultimate, making sure that the red buff stays around so that his mid laner gets all of the XP from that.
We're not done on giveaways just yet, folks. Plasma coming in and opening up the wall for a 1,500 gem giveaway into the chat. Rapper is the keyword for your chance to win. If you haven't already, I mean, I've seen dozens, if not hundreds of you guys already throw that Rapper into the chat. But if you haven't already, Rapper in the chat for a chance to win a 1,500 gems courtesy of Plasma. Thank you so much, Plasma, for the giveaway onto that one. I mean, right now, it's just absolutely lights out. Thank you, Miranda, for a $5 donation as well. Every dollar counts, guys. It's going towards a great cause for Rapper and Tiggy. If you've been around the Smite scene for even a short amount of time, you'll know how great these two people are. And being able to help raise a little bit of money to help them after the flood struck their home. Anything that you can donate counts. If it's $5, if it's $50, doesn't matter. Every penny counts.
Exactly as Wraith said right when this stream started, they rely on their electronics for this income, and 10K doesn't even scratch the surface. We know how generous the Smite community is, so let's see if we can beat that as huge ultimates coming out from both sides.
Ultimate out of the support is going to be good. Blink from Calypso onto Marjorie. He's going to force him out. Oh no, my eggs gets a kill onto Eccentrix, taking him down with a nice Moonblast over the wall. Make sure to get the kill onto ones. Team 7 loses out on one of their big carries earlier on. Calypso, though, doesn't have a blink, so they can't continue the engage as Synoptics is forced to walk away.
This game is so close. We saw Team 7 just start pounding away, had a little bit of a gold lead, and now that gold lead has completely flipped to Team 3, and it's even bigger than the last one. You would look at the map and say, oh, well, Team 3 is playing on the back foot, but they're out farming and out pressuring, but Team 7, they're trying to be sneaky. All of Team 3 are over on this Oni Fury and the Fire Giants to call. This is almost like PK in the Worlds making a big brain play just to try to get them a little bit of an edge with this gold lead. The Oni Fury will fall for Team 3, but the Fire Giant at the exact same time will fall for the Team 7.
One team is going to hear and go, all right, cool, we got Oni Fury. The other one's going to go, oh, cool, we got Fire Giant. Then the other team's going to realize, oh, we got the wrong objective here. And that team that got the wrong objective is Team 3. Yeah, cool, Oni Fury's great, but you just gave out Fire Giant. I've also been warned, or not warned, I've been told by Mr. Wraithyn here that you do need to be following Raffer and Tiggy on their Twitches respectively, probably their Twitters too. Follow them anywhere that you can for a chance to win in these giveaways. You must be following them for future giveaways for a chance to win out on it. And if you're not already following them, you should be anyways. As I said, great people, great pillars of this community, especially Raffer. Two-time, the original Mr. Two-time world champion Raffer onto that one. I don't know how you can't be following this man already.
And some of his tweets are absolute bangers. I've been following him for a while now, and they're great. And just making sure that you guys follow him and keep up with them, and their whole experience right now is going to be what's needed.
Back into the fight. Fire Giant team, the one who has the pressure, but they're down a few thousand gold here. About 3,000 in their name. They're not going to let that 3,000 gold do anything with them. Synoptics going to be just off the mark with that Whirlwind of Rage and Shield, so Chevy will live for the time being. Diving into the back. They go. Calypso goes on, but a great push by Mr. Borden is going to keep the rest of the team separated back. Pushing forward still. Team 3 not going to give up just yet. Diving into the back. Mr. Borden under the tower. I'm a monster. Just off the mark. Not going to find anybody. Everyone's getting low, but one team has Fire Giant to keep themselves sustained up. And it's got to be Team 7 as they strike first, taking down Calypso. Oh no, my egg's going to get shoved right into the back. Marjorie with a big stun onto the back, and it will clean it up with a second kill.
And you see how powerful this Fire Giant is. As soon as they get that, they can start turning these fights. They have the sustain, the extra power, the regen. They are able to now take these fights even they were down 4 or 5K before this one even started. It looks like the lane is splitting mid too.
Yeah, gonna put 4 on that right-hand side. 4 versus 3, but they got a Phoenix to worry about and a Crush as well. Bigmar with some big damage to keep them set down. That's gonna be 1 down. Their primary Phoenix tower damage dealer and making a second one as they take down Mr. Borden, kind of their pillar front line. As he gets dropped down, ultimate out of the solo laner, and a response from Synopsis. He throws 2 of them back towards the Phoenix. Great defense by Team 3.
I think that's just on blue team there. There's just no reason for them to split up. You have 5 strong. You already had a pick, 2 picks down. Like, you just got to group there and push that down. You're going to send the Erlang to split middle. There's just no reason to be pushing, to be diving that far in the right-hand Phoenix. It's just too aggressive of a play to make, and it's just not something you can do at that point.
I mean, right now, inbound, I'm looking at a 9-4 Uller against a 10-4 Robin onto the other side. When you're pushing it towards that late game, which of those kind of 2 kind of carry spots there are really going to hold the most weight for him?
Unfortunately, the Uller had that time in the early game, and Robin will just scale a little bit better into the Uller kind of like 1v1 matchup and into the Chang'e also. Robin doesn't have to worry about that constant damage that coming out because Uller went this more burst-heavy build. Chang'e went this burst-heavy build. Robin actually has a pretty easy time getting into the backline now, and he's a pretty easy time bursting the Uller before the Uller can even change stances. So this Robin is going to be running rampant for the rest of this game.
Not to mention double anti-heal on the side for Team 3 as well. They got the Divine Ruin, they've got the Brawler's Beat Stick, and they've got a Contagion out of Chevy as well. I mean, they've got ways to keep this team shut down, building more anti-heal than anybody in any of my games I've ever played. Thank God some people in this tournament have a brain to pick those items up.
Yeah, and they even have the Ankh now, too. If they can get a nice little Ankh onto the backline, there's no Aegis coming out of Team 7. They have no time to, like, kind of waste with that Ankh. So the Penta Blink, they're just going to be kind of looking to get onto the backline and just blowing up Big Bar, blowing up Kirmi. And if they can do that, that is how they're going to win this game.
I didn't even notice the 5 blinks coming out of Team 7. Really feeling themselves on that one. Unfortunately for Synopsis, or Mr. Porton, I think he was feeling the wrath of Team 3 there as he gets caught by 1 Riptide. Lost almost half of his health there. They got to be careful because, you know, Big Bar's kind of been silent damage for a lot of this game, but we're at almost a 6-slot Scylla. We're at almost 5 full items now. Scylla kind of hurts late game.
Absolutely. Scylla's going to be burning them a lot. The one problem is that blue team has a ton of poke right now also, and actually, you see that Scylla damage right there.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage. You get caught by a crush. A blink is what's the only thing that's going to save Marjorie. In this case, Ankh goes out into middle. Ultimate has Synoptics as he throws only 1. I'm a monster. Off the mark by Bigmar. Not going to get anybody with that one. Walking around the Riptide as the rest of the team because they're not able to go through it themselves onto it. Knock up in a root. Out of Synoptics, keep 1 at bay. Unfortunately for TZ, just taking too much damage. Calypso dives in with the Mystic Rush. Is able to clean up the kill. They might be looking for another one as he blinks over. But Eccentrix has the immunity, has the beads as well. Will keep themselves alive for the time being. Aggressive dive in by Bigmar. Uses that Sentinel, and they are zoning them off at their tier 2 tower.
At this point, that's just on Marjorie. You just cannot be playing that far forward that you're in that sort of danger. Scylla cannot be allowed to play that far forward either. The frontline threat that the red team is having right now just isn't doing enough.
Well, right now, Mr. Porton gonna try in front line to get inside that Fire Giant. He's got some good pushes. That'll throw 2 of them backwards. Might be able to pick up 2 kills, but not quite enough damage. Blinking in to the backline is Synoptics trying to close out that last kill. Porton uses the ult, gets a double kill of his own. The River's Rebuke is not gonna do anything to save, oh no, my eggs for the moment. But another dono that just came through. I mean, we've talked about how great our man Jithens is on production. Not only is he running the camera, he's also got a $25 dono in there for the cause as well. So thank you, Jithens, the multi-talented master of production out there for the donation.
And you just see how strong this this healing comp that's coming through for blue team. They have the Chang'e healing, they have the HP 5 on the Xing Chen, they have the Uller built-in heal from the Axe Stance, Erlang's got healing, Tyr's got healing. You have 4 pieces of anti-heal on red team, and they still can't deal with the healing. If you cannot burst them down, blue team is just going to win this battle of attrition. They're just going to be able to heal up and then take the fight after. Even though Marjorie got poked a ton, he was able to just walk to the back camps, heal up, and because red team didn't win that fight enough, the healing came through, and blue team is just going to stomp back. So
what you're saying is, even though they built 4 anti-heal items, they could still build another if they want to, maybe another 2 if they want to go on to it, but they built all this anti-heal, and it's still not enough.
Exactly. Exactly. It's a problem with Season 7.
Healing might be pretty good, but another thing that's pretty good here is you can throw code word Tiggy in the chat for a chance at a 3,500 giveaway, courtesy of Sprinkle Me Dinkle, that Hercules player that we saw earlier on into the tournament. To throw Tiggy in the chat, must be following both iRAFFER and Tiggy in order to have a chance to win on that one. So throw out that code word in the chat.
We also have another $5 donation from Matt on GoFundMe, another $5. Every bit helps, guys. We're getting closer and closer. Everything is helping out. It's all for iRAFFER, all for Tiggy, getting all their stuff back. I really just want to see blue team continue taking this poke battle that red team has got them set up in, and then just heal it up. As long as Scylla is not getting any damage onto the back line of blue team, red team will just not be able to win.
That's going to be the bubble gone from Oh No My Eggs, and unfortunately for Marjorie, beads are not going to save you from a raging Robin as he dives right into the back. Potential triple ultimate out of Synopsis. He throws 2 against the Fire Giant right into the lava pools. A good play by the support in this case. Now he's going to lose out on his Pridwin, and the Fire Giant started up by Team 3. They got some damage. This is going to be enough. Fire Giant's already down to health. Mr. Porden has an ultimate to jump into the midst if he needs it, but he's going to walk right at them. Big damage from the Fire Giant. I don't know if Bigmar is going to be able to survive through it, as Eccentrix is going to get a lot of damage, and Chevy walking through 3 lava pools, the Slash and the Ring of Fire twice. So much damage onto this blown ult in place by Mr. Porden. The Fire Giant never got unleashed. Team 3 is going to get the Fire Giant, but I think they're going to lose everybody on the back end of it. Chevy is sustaining through with that Scourge. Going to be enough to live on. Porden getting low on himself. Kirby is going to find a shot over the wall. Oh, and by the way, Calypso is back as Kirby picks up a triple kill.
Honestly, blue team should just not have pulled that Fire Giant again. There was way too much damage available from red team still. They didn't kill the Rama. Rama has the Oboe. He didn't even auto anyone on blue team. He just autoed the Fire Giant and allowed the Oboe to just wreak havoc through it. It was a really beautiful play by Kierman, and he positioned perfectly because he had no beads available, only his Aegis.
I mean, you know your sustain is good when your Bologna can stand in 3 lava pools, walk through the ring twice, probably 3 times, walk out of it, back in it, and then to go out. Also took the cleave from the Fire Giant, and they still live thanks to the help of their support and that Scourge. Great play out of Team 3, punishing Team 7 for holding on to that Fire Giant. Now they're going to lose their Phoenix as well.
And I actually liked how blue team played that fight. Marjorie has just got to stop playing so far forward. Uller has this weakness in the late game where his poke comes out from his bow stance, but none of his safety is in his bow stance, and he keeps getting caught in it and just taking way too much damage. I think if you are looking for the poke, you got to let Eccentrix do it, Tej do it. Maybe you do it with just your 3 on Uller, but play farther back. You don't need to be taking these massive trades and taking this massive poke. And blue team did play that Fire Giant really well after Marjorie got taken down. They just waited to let their tanks walk in as soon as fire was a little bit lower. The Scylla was taking a little bit too much damage. The Chongo was able to just blink in and just burst that Scylla down.
Wraithyn, if you're paying attention to your chat, can we get a link drop for both iRAFFER and Tiggy? That way people can make sure that they are following those 2 people in order for their chance to win onto that giveaway. If somebody, either a mod or Wraithyn, someone out there can get a drop onto it, that way we can see exactly where they need to go to follow. As you can see there, Bagel coming in hot with it. Twitch.tv/iRAFFER and Twitch.tv/TigressX for your places where you need to go and to follow onto that one. Thank you very much, guys, for posting that and spamming it in there. If you're not already knowing where you got to go now you do. Even inbound coming here. Bobby with the big spam too.
You got to get that support out for iRAFFER and Tiggy. Make sure you guys are following them. Like he said, you have to be following them on Twitch to be able to get the recent gem giveaway, I think it is, and all giveaways from here on out.
We already do have a winner there too. It's Fishy has won the most recent giveaway. I believe it was a $1,500 gem, or is it $3,500? I don't remember which one it was. We've had so many of them at this point. I'm a monster down from Bigmar. Not going to find a home with it, and Chevy's ultimate is down as well. Means team fight could be in favor of Team 7, but without the ultimate from Synoptic, how much does that hurt their team fight not having that Whirlwind of Rage and Steel?
Because of how much CC they have and how much engage they have with the 5 blinks, Synoptic's ult is not that massive. He's also got the 25% cooldown. I don't remember how much that T2 Spear Stroke gives. And actually, they're looking to fight here.
Oh my god, Mr. Porden is getting chunked down by Kierman. You can't even attempt to walk at that man. Kierman with the snipes over the wall finds Tej, who was left all alone. Ong into the back. Synoptic's getting bursted down. Kierman finds the casual double kill as cool guys don't look at the last arrow shot. Able to take down 2 of them, jungler and support. off the board for Team 7. They might be looking at the carry as well. Kirmi rolls in aggressively, forces the leap out, and takes down the Phoenix. Now the rest of the team just going to sustain up with the help of their support Umoja.
And I think you're starting to see the problem of not having an actual ADC in this late game fight. You see how much damage this Rama's pushing up compared to this Ullr.
Still looking for the Phoenix. They haven't given up just yet. Mr. Porton is trying to get to the back line. Eccentric's trying to get the solo kill. Left all alone is Bigmar with no one to hold him alive. Phoenix is going to fall, but there's still 4 standing strong for Team 3. They're pushing in. Kirmi's got big damage on that Ram. He's got even bigger support with the help of Calypso. Titan is exposed. All 3 Phoenixes down, and Team 3 pushing in. Will Kirmi send another team packing? River's Rebuke drops down, and so is the Titan.
That was, like I said, that Rama is pushing out so much damage in comparison to that Ullr. Late game hunters that build devos, that build attack speed, that have that pen and not that full ability base. You just see how much damage they are able to do in the late game. Kimmer got that double on the T2. He was able to clean up the Chunga, and you just saw how much he was able to, how much damage he was able to put out.
Yeah, I mean, Eccentrix is able to get that solo kill on a Bigmar, but Bigmar didn't have ult and was already kind of low, so that's not, it's a good target to pick off there, but they expended their ultimate, and that would have been really nice to have when 4 people are pushing up your Titan. Instead, they use it just for a solo kill.
And I really think you should have looked at the Rama. You saw how much damage Kirmi was putting out in those fights compared to the Scylla. The Scylla was not missing abilities, but at that point, you have that 10 seconds in between your kit. Just kill the Rama. The Rama is the one that's going to be able to kill the Titan, kill the Phoenix. Scylla's not going to be there for that.
Now, with that, the semifinals have come to their conclusion, and only 2 teams are left standing to move into the finals. We know from this game that we do have Team 3 moving into the finals, and on the opposite side, I believe we're still waiting for the results from Extra Large Poncha's team and Banana's team move-ins. We'll see exactly who's going to make it into the finals to face off against Team 3. We'll be back in just a few moments with the breakdown of this game.